now we are learning new details about Jeremy Renner's accident. Police revealed that Jeremy used his snow plow to pull his nephew's car out of the snow, but then it started sliding downhill, so he got out, but didn't set the emergency brake, so it started heading towards his nephew. He tried to jump back in and stop the 14,000-pound machine, but he was pulled under, which left him with 30 broken bones. Jeremy is now at home recovering. The accident happened on New Year's Day at his home in Nevada. Before then, Jeremy posted videos clearing snow with the snowcat. Tori, is he a real-life superhero? And I just want to let everyone know that we're learning this from the police report again, not from Jeremy. He's not tooting his own horn.
Yeah, look at Hawkeye, huh? Yeah. No, here's what I said. I went even deeper and read the 911 call and the transcript. I'm a bit macabre, and I was also interested in seeing what happened. And it wasn't just like, oh, there's been an accident. They were like, his breathing is slowing. Stay awake. Stay awake. His neighbor went and got pants, blankets. He's freezing cold, and you're going into shock. And they were like, we need you here fast. We need you here fast. So first of all, he's alive, which is amazing. And then secondly, Jeremy's a great person to have this transparency about what's going on. He was a superhero. He could have put on the brake. That could have helped. But I got to be honest, I think he saved his nephew, jumped into action, and what a beautiful story. Right. I'm just glad he's okay.
I'm glad you said he could have put on the brake, because as we were coming back from the commercial break, I had this weird kind of thought. It was probably a memory I've buried, but I saw a really bad accident in a gymnasium. There was those kind of tall cranes, the mechanical ones that go up so you can get like javelins out of the rafters when the track team's in there. One fell with a person in it while we were on the court, and somebody didn't put the brake down because they were moving the person around. And it seems like a little thing to stop and put the brakes down. It's a few moments, but it's those little things when you're working at home. Jeff, you work with a lot of stuff at home. I use saws at home. I famously cut the end of my shoe off with it. It's these little things that happen at work. I mean, it happen at home that you don't think about, but can really change your life forever, because his life is forever changed. But I'm glad he's still here.
I just found it interesting. Two things. One, javelins out of the rafters.
I mean, what are you talking about?
Like when the track team can't practice inside.
What's a javelin?
A javelin.
I think he was just saying it was a freak accident.
I see.
Yes.
No,
yeah.
so next time, just get something out of the rafters.
They get caught
the javelin, and then Tori's like, they called 911, get him new pants.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like, hey, he's stuck under here.
He was cold.
No, he's freezing. They were covering him with blankets.
Pants on.
No, they were grabbing any clothes.
I think that means that this story is a wrap.
And the reason why I'm joking is because Jeremy himself is posting updates, which he doesn't have to do. Right. We wish him a full comeback, obviously, and it's nice that we can joke about it.
Yep.
He needs a new pair of pants.
Stop it.
All right, let's talk about the bees.
And the javelins. Oh, yeah, rich man.
You got the Justin Bieber socks on today? Not today.
No.
Okay, not today. Well, Justin Bieber, to Jeff's point, he is a rich man, $200 million richer. The Biebs sold his entire song catalog to Hypnosis Songs Capital. That means the company will now receive a payment every time one of his songs is streamed or played on the radio, TV, or in film. Billboard magazine clarified that Justin sold the publishing rights, but not his master recordings, which still belong to Universal Music Group. Justin is now the youngest artist ever to cash in on his entire music catalog.
I thought this was a sellout until I learned more about the music industry. I was like, oh, why is he selling out so very quickly? Bless you.
First of all, I'm just going to can the term sellout, like just in general. People use it so wrong. I think that this sounds like a really sound business move. It seems that this doesn't affect the masters. It affects the publishing. And I think this might be an indication of things to come for a lot of other artists in the future. You're talking about a situation that must be a calculated not even a calculated risk, a calculation of how much he's able to make off of publishing rights in the future. And if you think about the way that we as consumers actually purchase music, artists are getting very little, like pennies on the dollar for streams, versus when they were purchasing albums or when they were purchasing CDs. So is this an indication that there's less money to be made by owning your own publishing rights and getting in while the iron is hot, or while you're a significant part of pop culture?
I understand that, but do you think it's going to backfire in the sense that now that every little commercial under the sun can use a Justin Bieber song, it's going to be played out? Do you think that's going to hurt?
Well, they still have to buy the rights.
Of course.
Yeah.
But you're saying it'll be overexposed.
Will it be overexposed and backfire?
I mean, there's a possibility that it could be, but that didn't stop people from listening to the radio and still listening to the radio for decades. I think the real apples to apples to me was when we discovered that Justin Timberlake did the same thing for 100 million. What would have been the difference had he had this opportunity because of the nature of the industry? Would he have gotten that 200 or even more million? I mean, think about how many CDs Justin Timberlake sold. And the idea that a Bieber in 2023 commands 200 million versus a Timberlake in 2023 commanding 100 million might say something about the significance of who you are in the pop culture today.
Yeah.
True.
I feel like we keep talking about the artists, we won't talk about ourselves, Sam. We as the consumer, we changed. There used to be a day where you would go buy I remember buying albums and only knowing the single. So I don't know if the other 11 songs are incredible or terrible, but you bought the entire work of art, including album artwork from that artist. Now, best case scenario, if you don't just stream it from YouTube, you're buying a 99-cent single on Apple Music, and people are not getting their money the way they used to. So I believe that we, as the consumers, changed how music is viewed now. So I feel like now you get your few hits, you tour on those, because that's where your money. We've talked about ticket prices.
But what if they're playing your songs at a venue or an institution that you don't agree with? What if a candidate that you strongly oppose is walking out to your song?
Well, if you sold the right to that, you have no more opinion on
I understand that. Don't you think that's something you need to weigh?
Yes, and you weigh that against $200 million, and $200 million wins 10 times out of 10.
What do you think is more lucrative in the future, having selling your music or starting a company that gets javelins out of rafters?
Listen.
What is that?
I don't know.
You don't know what a javelin is?
It's like a spear?
Yes,
Yeah.
but for track and
How many of you
fields.
think are stuck in the rafters?
And yeah.
Oh my
Well,
God.
when the track team can't practice outside, they practice inside the gym, and when they throw the high javelins, they get caught in the metal part of the gym.
It's a cool name for an album, Javelin in the Rafters.
No, it's not.
Okay?
Okay. I love you, though. I'm glad you're back.
Thanks.
I really miss you.
I miss you,
I
too.
really did.
Thank you.
She was gone for 20 minutes.
No, for the 2 weeks before. No one remembers.
All right, we are getting some reactions to the Oscar nominations, and Jamie Lee Curtis might take the cake. She posted this photo of her genuine surprise to be nominated for the first time ever. She's up for Best Supporting Actress in Everything Everywhere All at Once. But now the Razzies are under fire for nominating a child. Kiera Armstrong, who is only 12, got a Razzie nomination for her role in the movie Firestarter. The movie, which also stars Zac Efron, got a 10% score on Rotten Tomatoes, but some fans and former child stars called the Razzies soulless for nominating her. They're nominating her for Worst Actress at 12.
That just shows you that the devil walks amongst us. Can you put that child's photo back up?
She's darling.
How do you razz anything about this child? Okay. First of all, she looks like an angel.
Erica.
Like Katie Holmes.
You know how we talk. Erica, when you pick up that bag from that acting gig, you have to take everything that comes along with it.
At 12, Albert?
She's that checking account don't care she's 12. Look, and also, in the 10% a Razzie too? It wasn't a good movie. If she had made a good movie, she'd be getting an Oscar. We'd be celebrating.
Dude, that's
her.
a little young. That's young.
What? Are you the representative of the devils that walk amongst us? What are you? How can you even fix your mouth to say something like that?
Once you sashay out into the world out into the world of not adult entertainment, but grown-up folks entertainment. That still sounds terrible. Once you start making that kind of money, once you start making Macaulay Culkin money,
you don't even know how much she made. You have no idea how much she made.
She's got 12 other credits on IMDb, so she's doing all right.
Until 30-year-olds can play 7-year-olds, and that's what we get.
First of all, she's a fantastic actress. Have you seen
Have you seen this movie?
No, but I've seen her in Anne with an E. She plays the bosom buddy, Diana's younger sister.
The bosom buddy.
And this is only her first Razzie?
Yeah.
What happened to protecting children?
Listen, what's wrong with thickening up their skin a little bit? I'm gonna jump on Al's side. I don't want to crush someone's confidence, but this little girl's got a future, right? It's okay to keep your feet on the ground on your way up. You know what I mean? And a little criticism here and there isn't gonna hurt anybody.
If this was your child, there'd be fire in the city. What are you talking about?
You're right, but there's also something to be said for letting your kids fail. Get a little bit of that, right? You can't always lift people up.
You don't think she's failing how many? We've all lived in Hollywood.
Yeah.
We all saw how many auditions it takes to book one audition.
But that's what Hollywood is. It's rejection and overcoming that rejection.
Not on the world
and keep going.
Not on a national level. Not on a national level.
Not on the world stage.
I don't feel
But
like
it's okay to do it to Macaulay Culkin?
No.
And a kid before him?
They did have a Razzie for Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah,
You're
3.
right. Yeah, you're
3.
right.
Nobody was up in arms about Macaulay Culkin.
The internet wasn't like that back then. It wasn't existing, actually.
All right.
I don't know. I was just trying to help Al out.
You did it.
And I don't want to hear anything from anybody until you guys watch the movie. I want to make sure you got a camera on you, so make sure you set that a whole
I think
time.
a bunch of grown butt people got together and voted for a child to be nominated for the worst actor award.
Erica, you're the president.
Okay.
What's the age?
16.
18 adults.
Yeah, it should be
So
for
then you
adults.
can't get an adult check then. If you're getting the lead,
Please, Al, this is crap and you know it.
so she can
You
get
are
all the money and no criticism.
First of all, this is not something that everyone has to be a part of. This was a decision that grown butt people sat around and decided, hey, we are going to ostracize this child on top of all these other grown butt people who are in this nomination.
that's terrible.
It's not like you had to, it's not like they had to put her in there, period. And also, who are going to play children if it isn't children, Al?
There's
Are
adults that look
30-year-olds?
young.
30-year-olds are going to play 7-year-olds?
Look, if a 7-year-old
I do
has an
look young. I do
incredible
look young.
performance, we would give them an Oscar. We would all celebrate it. But an Oscar doesn't mean anything if there isn't a good and a bad. If everything's just all positive, then hey, let's have that party.
I'm
We'll just
disappointed.
pretend like it was bad.
I'm disappointed.
Really?
Yes, I am. I'm disappointed in you. You're
So
all
she
about
can't
child
get-
advocacy and protection.
okay.
We have to protect the children.
Okay.
He's smiling.
We do want to congratulate Paris Hilton.
Mazel.
She and her husband Carter welcomed a baby boy via surrogate. Paris shared this very sweet photo of his tiny, tiny little hand. Let's see it. Let's see the tiny hand. There it is. Writing, "You are already loved beyond words."
And manicured.
Yeah, we don't think we would.
Now you have a problem with the child's
Look at,
hands.
have you ever
The
seen a
baby's
baby's
like
hands
1 day
that
old.
had nails
Al.
like that, Erica? Wow. Have you ever seen a baby's hands that had, look, those nails?
They're manicured.
Yeah,
Those
they look
nails are
manicured.
done dead.
No, they're not.
It looks,
Yeah,
it looks
they're manicured.
Baby nails don't grow until they're like
No, they
4+
painted
months.
those. Look at them. They're painted.
Look at those nails.
Or is that a fake?
Can you just
Fine.
imagine
Okay, that's-
They're
Al?
manicured. For
Al's
sure.
listening to "I Believe the Children Are the Future," and he's in his car going, "We'll see."
Yeah, we will.
what-
Okay.
you-
Not all of them.
All right. All right.
Sorry.
And I don't know. I should say I don't know when kids' fingernails
Have
grow.
you ever seen a kid's fingernails like that?
I don't know.
Okay.
Coming up on DBL.
I have 2 children. I don't.
Don't know.
I remember
not
when you
recall.
start clipping.
It looked a little painted and filed.
It did look filed. Okay.